Thanks. Welcome to 100% LCFC. I'm joined in our little fan chat here with Freddie from the Ugly Insider, Southampton Fanzine. Hi, Freddie.
How you doing, mate? Not too bad.
I'm really good. Freddie, you're coming up to Leicester on Sunday to play us. Are you looking forward to coming?
Tell you what, mate, I'm absolutely buzzing for Sunday's game because we are in hot form right now. This has been pre-recorded before Thursday night's game, but we could have won. You know, just for the fantasists, we've won 3-0 last night, so we won in 3-0 away in Israel. But anyway, no, realistically.
Yeah, Freddie, tell me, who are you playing on Thursday? Because I've seen it like abbreviated as a team name, and I'm like, who on earth is that you are playing?
Israeli side that won the Israeli league last year is they're called Hapoel Beersheva, and they played Celtic in the final qualifying round of the Champions League. They beat Celtic on their own turf, but got hammered away from home 5-2. So, it is a tough place to go. Israel is always a tough place to go, no matter whether it's Hapoel or Tel Aviv or anywhere. But anyway, talking about our league and cup performances so far, we're rocking at the moment. It's 4 wins in 4 without conceding a goal.
Absolutely. I mean, you had three good wins, haven't you? West Ham, I watched that. Well, you were rubbing salt in the Hammers' wounds with that game, weren't you? I mean, Charlie Austin scored that was a great finish, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, when I saw it in real time, a little bit of a scuff, but on the replay, it's a great technique. When Bertrand pulled it back from sort of the byline and he pulled it in with his left foot, he peeled away from the defender, and that's what he does so well, Charlie
Yeah.
Austin. He creates a space for him, whether it's a yard or two. He just peels away from the defender so easily, it seems. And he done that up at Manchester United last season. He just peeled away from the defender and gave himself 2 yards of space. And that's what you have to look out for, really, Charlie Austin. Don't give him any 2 yards or 3 yards in the box because he will put that ball in the back of net.
I'm a big Charlie Austin fan. I was when he was obviously going to be sold, and he was coming up. I was bleating on and on that Leicester should buy him because I thought he's a good young English talent. And I remember when he played for QPR on the final day of the season before, up at Leicester, when QPR were already relegated, and he ran his socks off. And even though we thrashed them that day, he went right at the end of the game. He was over to the QPR fans, and he was, you could tell he's a proper player.
He is. Charlie's a great lad, and he brings a lot of character to the squad. He apparently, well, the rumor has it that he's one of these sort of second or third choice captain in the club. So he's only been in with us for 9 months now since January, and he's a real testament to the squad itself. And he could be seen as one of the senior players because he's pushing nearly 30. And most of our squad is sort of around the same mark. But I mean, he's a good testament and a good sort of model for the younger players coming through. He's a great character. He's got lots of banter, and the mood in the camp is high right now. So everyone's buzzing.
Yeah, do you think he will be the main strike threat against Leicester on Sunday?
I would say so because he's been rested for this Hapoel game, the Europa League. He didn't travel with the squad, as did Jose Fonte, Ryan Bertrand and Stephen Davis. All didn't travel, so they're all being looked at to play, or at least, they will start on Sunday against Leicester. So that's 4 of our biggest players in the squad there. And you obviously can't look beyond sort of our better, some of our best performers in Virgil van Dijk.
So that's sort of showing your hand in the Europa League. Freddie, I say that's showing your hand in the Europa League against the Premier League as to what you're taking more serious.
Yeah, well, we have to be serious about all the competitions that we entered this year. We're in 4 competitions, Premier League, Europa League, a League Cup now in the next round and that, and you've got the FA Cup coming up as well. So we need to make sure that we take every competition seriously because let's face it, Southampton hasn't had much cup success. We've only had 1 major trophy in all our years, and that's the 1976 FA Cup. So the fans would love to see a cup win, but also would like to see us finish in a modest place in the Premier League. So we are perhaps prioritising some of the cup competitions as well.
But you guys could honestly go on and win the Europa League, couldn't you? But if you leave people like Charlie Austin and that at home,
well, it's a real testament to the squad and our depth right now. We've got the likes of sort of Fonte, Bertrand, Davis, and Austin all didn't travel, but we've got good enough players to come in and replace those, and it's a real testament to the squad depth that's in the football club right now.
do you fancy yourselves on Sunday? Do you think your hot form's going to carry on?
I'd love to say so. Yeah, of course I would.
Because Leicester, we've been Jekyll and Hyde at the moment. If you catch us on the wrong day this season, you could beat us, I think.
Well, I mean, like West Ham last week, they were fragile. They were there for the take, and we took advantage. and perhaps we can take advantage of your, sort of hot and cold form so far this season. So, I'd hope for a win. I'd take a draw, and I'll be over the moon. I'll be skipping back to Southampton with 3 points if we do win.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Leicester City have not lost at home in over 12 months.
Well, that's going to be a tough test for us on Sunday for sure. Then, like I said, it's going to be tight. It's going to be. I think realistically it'll be a draw, and that'll please perhaps both parties. And the fact that we are continuing our unbeaten run, and the fact that you're still unbeaten at home as well.
I think a draw is possibly on the cards. Both teams, I think you're just a touch higher than Leicester at the moment in the league, aren't you? One place higher than us.
That's right. We broke into the top 10 after Sunday's result. That puts us up to 9th. I think just above you guys, either on a point or a couple of goal difference.
And I must say, fair play to Southampton, who continually, year on year, lose managers and top players and keep going at the right level. How has it been? Koeman seems to be doing a really good job at Everton, and obviously got Pochettino, who seems to be really, really taking Spurs onto the next level. What's your new guy like?
Well, Claude Puel is the right fit for the club because the objective really was to bring in a manager that's going to bring through the youth, and he has been known to do that whilst he was over in France. He spent his entire career over in France as a manager, as a player as well. So last season he finished 4th with Nice, which is basically sort of the same equivalent to Europa League places, if you like, in the Premier League. So he's been and done it in the Europa League, and he's a player that likes to bring through the youth system. So that's very much part of the Southampton way, which is a philosophy that breeds all the way down sort of to the under-7s, all the way up to the senior squad. And we like to develop these young players, bring them through to the first team, develop them into top-class players, and ultimately sell them on or keep them on for long-term contracts.
And obviously next time we'll be moving on to Arsenal as their manager. You'll have to find somebody new.
Well, if it does happen, we do it every year. We have to adapt, and we march on stronger. So,
Freddie, can you hear me again?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Brilliant, we broke up there. I'll cut that bit out, don't worry. So, Freddie, let's finish off now quickly with a score prediction from your side. Who do you think is going to be the first goal scorer in the match and the correct final score?
I can't see beyond Charlie Austin not scoring. I think he's going to score the first goal. I think it's going to be a really tight game in the first half, perhaps a 0-0, and then it will come to life with a Charlie Austin scrappy goal in the 18-yard box again, and then perhaps an equaliser from his man, Islam Slimani.
Yeah, I think you could be right with a draw. I fancy Leicester. I think at home we are strong. It's away from home. We miss Kante, who went to Chelsea. We're still trying to play like as though we've got him away from home, and against the big teams, it's not working. So at home, we seem to be a little bit better. So I'm going to go for Vardy to score first, and I think Leicester might just sneak it 2-1. But I think he will score, and I think Charlie Austin will score. He always does against Leicester.
Well, he's in hot form right now, and it'd be stupid not to say that he's going to score.
Very good. Thanks, Freddie. Thank you very much for joining us.
Nice one.
Enjoy.
Thanks, mate.